Today, we are looking back at FIFA promos and putting them into tiers. 20 promos if you want a part 2 because EA's tried a lot of different releases over the years, like this here video. And I saw you on Twitter with some of the best ones, some of the worst ones. I heard your suggestions. As for the tiers, we've got 5. Hyped promo, greater than the expectation, means this promo overachieved. Decent is decent. Disappointed, clearly we weren't that happy. And sometimes I ask myself, why? I repeat, why? I already know you're letting me know your feelings, your thoughts, your opinions. That's why we have the comments section. Let's go. First off, team of the week seems like the obvious choice. And at this point, this is more of a pastime. I'm not excited. It's outdated. I'm not looking forward to these foot items. I don't want to pack them. They're only used for fodder. We're putting them into SBCs. That's about it. When you require them, we use them. With a few exceptions throughout the year. This is barely a promo. Why? Coming in hot fire. Foot Birthday has created some of the most dominant players of all time. Switching the weak foot, switching the skill moves, given that innovation. I still have nightmares about Mbappe with the 5-star skills and the 5-star weak foot. Terrifying. He was phenomenal. I would argue the best striker in the game. Superior even to the likes of the holy grail of R9, the original Ronaldo. The cut. You know the cut. This has to be hyped promo. It did everything you could ask for and then some. And if you got in early, you might have got yourself a steal, meal, deal, Tesco action. Team of the season. Generally speaking, this is greater than the expectation, or at least meets it. We know that it's coming. We know the players are going to be elite, and they always are. I've never walked out of a team of the season and felt disappointed, but I also don't always jump out of my seat. I'm not throwing chairs. I will get hyped for a pack reaction if something blues, clues arrives. That's just my opinion. And if we talk team of the season, then we have to discuss team of the year. I've got a bit of a mixed review with the team of the year. These players are less frequent. They are much more expensive. They're difficult to get your hands on. Can't get that grasp. So does it make the expectation? Is it greater than the expectation? I don't know. We already have a good clear-cut view of what's happening. And because of how difficult they are to attain and the lack of content outside of you opening packs around team of the year, you're not unlocking these guys. There's no SBCs or a bunch of objectives. I'm actually gonna put this in decent for now. And this could move at the end. Woo! Summer heat. Don't tell me you forgot it. I know it's cold right now outside. Layer it up. Maybe you got the beanie on inside. Live in New York, still can't control the heat, can't control the air conditioning. I get what they're gonna give me. 2 thumbs up. I will say that it went greater than the expectation. I don't know if it's pure hype, but that's still a premium position. One of my personal favorites, Ultimate Scream. Please bring this back. I missed this promo tremendously. I don't know if we realized how good we had it. It was creative, it was fun, it was themed, it felt authentic. Tell me I'm wrong. I still remember the likes of Sergio Biscuits. That's Busquets for you at home, the kids. There were key players, and if you never had the chance to get involved with Ultimate Scream, players receive boost for temporary periods of time. I'm telling you, it was a sick idea. Whoever came up with it on the back end, you know what? I'm putting it up top. This was a hype promo for me. I looked forward to it every single year. I'm dialed. I even had multiple outfits. I was dressing up. Footies. I have mixed feelings because the old school footies, I'm talking 2015, 2016, you even had the tournament structure. If you remember playing in the footies tournament, you better drop a comment. I know that you're an OG, not only viewer, but FIFA consumer, connoisseur, to a certain degree, at least with Ultimate Team. Claim that. The old school footies, I enjoy more than the current direction, which again, leaves me with a little bit of a teeter-totter. I'm just gonna put this at decent, and we're gonna keep it moving. Centurions, whatever this new promo is. Whoever designed the actual card, well done. But it's a big under-deliver for me at this point. Where's the story? Where's the quality of items alongside quantity with quality? I know it's still relatively early. It's a new promo. I'm going to put it at disappointed. Not quite to the lowest position, but I'm disappointed. That's my first instinct. Oh man, foot miss. Wow, good old moments, good old times. And I realize EA has tried to rebrand this, and we're gonna discuss that as well. But the original foot miss, again, it felt natural, organic, aligned with the times, the theme, even the way they were dropping SBC on SBC on SBC, and we had the likes of some big name players. I'll never forget that left back Mendy item, who I thought was too expensive at the time, and he just went on and on and on. Foot miss has got to be up there for the hype for me. I call it how I see it. We've just moved forward from winter wildcard. This year's promo, I will say, and it might be because the World Cup was so poorly done in terms of content. I don't know if that was on purpose. I don't know if it was overwhelmed, if it was bandwidth, if there was something else happening internally. I have no idea. But we did not have content for the World Cup. Therefore, at least for yours truly, I was pretty excited with winter wildcard. card, a lot to grind for, a lot to unlock. SBCs, tokens, opportunities, free are us. Fodder. We need fodder. We didn't have a way of getting packs for the longest this year. If you're on a road to glory, you feel my pain. Maybe I was just fiending for content, but I definitely have this as a greater expectation. It went above where I thought it would go. Numbers up. Trash tier. And I actually feel for Adidas because I really like Adidas as a brand. If you remember, all the players had that attachment, but EA didn't give the proper upgrades or build out to allow this to manifest some greatness, to become a thing. It felt like a sponsored release. I think that's safe to assume or safe to say. And for that reason, I say, why? We didn't need it. None of these players got into rotation short-term, mid-term, or long-term. We tried to make it work. Just my opinion. Maybe I need to do a secondary review, but this is a very easy to forget promo. Headliners. And I was actually reviewing some of the players throughout this release because I always wonder when I make videos throwing it back a little bit, how many of these guys did I actually put into squads? Did I unlock? Did I get to see the upgrades, the growth periods, the amount of games? They bail me out in the 90th minute. Headliners had some overpowered players. For me, it's going down as double decent. Future stars. I haven't forgotten. Sometimes they gave you that early glimpse, the early eyes. And again, maybe I'm just a stickler for the storytelling, the narrative. I like that this felt as if you had a football to FIFA, synergetic, collaborative effort. And for that reason, plus I used so many of these players, kind of went under the radar sometimes, depending on the release. It's going greater than expectation. Flashbacks, rewinds, throwbacks, however you want to word it or phrase it. And I still remember that Kareem Benzema, the 86 overall. That man got busy. We even had the flashbacks for some of the team of the season players, which I would still categorize into this section. You had the Ronaldos, you had the Messis, a lot of the big names. Really enjoy this promo, still do, and I feel that it deserves a clear mention of exceeding expectation. I don't know if it can achieve hype because it's player to player versus a release 15 or 20 throwback players all at once. Perhaps that makes it unachievable to have the same levels, instantaneous, new player, through the vein, FIFA fiends. That was a lot of interesting descriptive words. Shapeshifters, positional changes, extremely important for the previous chemistry system. A lot of players that got serious PT, but I don't know if that's around the promo or the position swap, but just players that sometimes were attached to this promo. And for that reason, I'm going decent. OTW, ones to watch. It is who we thought it was. There's no extracurricular with this promo. It's necessary. I enjoy it. I know that it's coming. I can predict it. It also rewards you with the whole team of the week scenario. This could have been an adaptation from that. It kind of is. I don't think it can reach above a certain hype level or appreciation level, but I'd still put it as a consistent, reliable, decent. Rule breaker. And as an unorthodox individual, I'll still remember that Corona item. Heavy. Or the Kulusevski or the Alphonso Davies. Even Kessie had one in that same release. You got guys that weren't necessarily meta, and you created a meta player. I like that. A little debatable. My first selection says decent. It's where it should be. I wouldn't be mad if you argued a little farther up. Team of the group stage and road to the finals. I have put them all together. This is that Champions League and Europa League. That piece of content or pieces of content obviously includes some of the best players, if not the majority of the best players in the world. That's something you can't ignore. I don't know if it has that creative edge that would make me feel a little happier, but again, I do enjoy football element coming into the FIFA side of things, but it does seem somewhat straightforward. There's nothing new here. So I don't know if I can say it went above or greater than an expectation, but the players will be usable, viable, profitable, and I have it as decent. Carnival. Is this a forgotten promo? I don't hear anyone talk about it. There's no discussion on the boards, Twitter, Reddit. People aren't requesting it. The hands aren't raised. They're not asking for definitions. And that tells me it's got to be disappointing. I don't think it's a why. I understand the backstory, but it's got to be slightly disappointing because it's just not in the rotation. The community will tell you what they want. And last but not least, we have the what if. Unless we do a part 2. What if we do a part 2? These were those purple foot items or purple players. I didn't like the name. Not even that big of a fan of the actual design. And if I recall properly, the players would get upgraded based on their corresponding team scoring goals throughout league matches. So still one of those collaborations felt a little more forced, maybe not quite as smooth and silky. I like the idea. I just didn't get excited for it. And for that reason, it's gonna go as disappointing for me. You've seen the tiers on display. Let me know your thoughts. And again, there are enough promos where I could do a legitimate part 2. I might even convert each of these into a series on TikTok. If you want to follow me there, up to you. We are uploading daily on a lot of the short form. And as always, I have a lot more content coming out ASAP. There should be things for you to click on here, there, and everywhere. I appreciate all of you, and I hope you have a wonderful day.